everybody. This is Michel T Dallaire from Cybercare Academy. I hope you're doing great today. I'm so happy to have you with me on my Cybercare Cafe. And so it's impossible for me to know who's online the way I'm doing stuff. So don't hesitate, please, to say a little hello in the chat if you're listening to this, so I'm gonna know if you're here, and I'm gonna be able to say hello personally. So that's great. We're on week 2 of my 3 weeks campaign about cyberbullying and cyber violence. This week, we talk about the child victims and how to identify and respond effectively. So this is a subject that's really dear to me because I went through this myself, and I know it's not an easy thing. So we're gonna go to the subject. I'm just gonna give a little more time for people to connect, and then oh, hello, how are you? Oh, that's cool. Okay, so in between this, I'm giving you the address of our website, where you're gonna find all our information. You're gonna be able to subscribe to our newsletter, our blog. And you're gonna find all of the links to our social media like Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitch, and also a cast where we have the podcast version of our stuff. So it's really cool. I think I forgot to put the previous Cyber Cafe in there, but I'm gonna add them, don't worry. So if you want to listen to them in the car or while doing a jogging or anything, it's gonna be there for you. And if you have questions during the cafe, please put them in the chat of the YouTube or Twitch. I'm gonna be glad to answer them. But if you are listening to a replay of the show, try to use any of our platforms to contact me, and I'll be glad to try to answer your questions or to direct you to the proper place to answer your question. So we're ready to start. My name again, Michel T Dallaire from Cybercare Academy, and today we are talking about understanding and preventing cyberbullying and cyber violence campaign, Article 2 of 3, cyberbullying and cyber violence among child victims, how to identify and respond effectively. So, yeah, cyberbullying and cyber violence pose serious threats to children and adolescents who are often vulnerable to online aggression. As a parent or educator, it is crucial to recognize the signs of cyberbullying in young people and to know the appropriate steps to protect them. This article aims to equip you with practical solutions to identify and address cyberbullying and cyberbullying in children. So I invite you to go and read the articles. I'm gonna go through it like really quick, but I have other stuff to talk to you about for this cafe. So defining what is cyberbullying and cyber violence in children, it can take many forms. Not only the ones I described, there's more. I could have done a 60 pages article, but you wouldn't have read it. So that's why we're here. We're gonna try to make it as short as possible, but at the same time as useful. So it can take many forms, including mocking on social media, direct threats, and for example, the non-consensual sharing of images and videos. And in there, I also include the not only the direct aggressors, but also those who are witnessing this, filming it, and posting on social media without helping. That is also a way to be an aggressor, and that's going to be the subject of next week. So I'm not going to talk about this today that much, but next week we're going to talk about the aggressors and the witnesses, and yeah, we're gonna go what to do if you're a parent or an educator and you're witnessing that. That's gonna be next week. For this week, we take care of the victims, and that can be so harsh on victims. Like they can have like long-term problems with that. Like these behaviors can have severe consequences on the child's mental and emotional health, leading to anxiety, depression, and in extreme cases, suicidal thoughts. But that will also program the brain in so many ways. It can even create unknown post-traumatic syndromes, and these are going to be visible maybe later in life. It's going to be programmed in there in the subconscious, in the brain, and it could reflect like you could spend years and years of your life without having anything, and then suddenly, on instinct, you're gonna react to something that's gonna touch you, and it's gonna bring you to some very difficult moments. You could be scared. And you can also become yourself an aggressor as a victim. So, and it can reflect at school, at work, but it can also reflect at home. For example, like the child is frustrated to be treated this way, nobody believes him, or it's not taken care of, and then suddenly he's gonna, I don't know, have some kind of revenge on their little brother or sisters, and that can lead to like very problematic in the family, and sometimes you're gonna point the child and you're gonna tell him that that's your fault, he is a problem and stuff like that, but it's not addressed to where it comes from. So it's really important to take care of the mental health of victims as soon as possible, as soon as it's discovered, so we can help them and not go to like the extreme, like suicidal thoughts. Um, how can you identify the signs of cyberbullying in child victims? Well, there's many signs that are exhibits, like withdrawing from social activities or becoming isolated. It can be seen at school, it can be seen with friends and stuff like that. So, um, someone that is always a part of the other, doesn't want to participate. You can see a sudden drop of academic performance. Um, when that happens, there can be so many reasons. It's not only cyberbullying and cyber violence, but it could be also other things that happen at home, and it's very unfortunate. But it's really important for even educators to be aware of what's going on, because it's not only a matter of the parents. It could be also something that's going on from the parents. Example, abuse or stuff like that. So, educator have also a big part to play in this, and schools have to stop hiding these stuff. Uh, the omerta of all that stuff, it has to stop. So you can also see some online behavior that change, such as deleting accounts or changing privacy settings. Like, let's say your kid was bubbly and it was like creating contents on social media and was happy about it, and then suddenly everything stops and he closes accounts, or he blocks, like almost nobody can see his stuff. So that could be an alarm, like a red flag, of course. And sign of distress, like a frequent crying, losing interest in activities they once enjoyed. That's all a big problem. That's all a big red flag that you have to address. For example, he was, I don't know, playing hockey and then it stops. Let's see, like, if there's things going on in his life. And for that, there are ways to protect your child, like keep the most important one, I feel, if you want to go through stuff, is to keep the communication open. Encourage your child to talk about their online experiences without fear of judgment or repercussions. Reassure them of your unconditional support. Okay, they need support. They don't need to be hammered on. You know, um, one thing that can help, and I'm gonna go through this right after that. I have some services I found. From what I see, they are in French. I'm gonna find some English stuff for you. Don't worry, but at least for province of Quebec in French. Maybe they could even help for Europe. I don't know, but let's be assured that I'm gonna find a lot of resources for other part of the country in Canada, even United States, and in Europe. So stay connected. We're gonna help for that. At least if you have problems and you don't know where to go, contact me on any of my platforms. And if I can't help you, I will find some resources that will, because I'm no psychologist. Um, I'm not an expert, okay, and I'm never gonna claim I am, but at least I can take your hand and try to walk the walk with you to go get help. So that's where we're gonna go. So as parent and educators, mostly as parents, or even the child, if you're listening to my video, please go get help. Um, and save copies of messages and content involving them bullying before deleting them, before blocking them, because you won't have access to that, and it can be useful for disciplinary or legal actions if needed. So that's really important. It has to be reported, and I include that in witnesses. You need to report this. Don't just film it with your phone and go laugh about it and share the video. That's not how it's gonna help. If you cannot help the person directly, let's say you're not strong enough, and if you go in there and you're gonna get hit, now, of course, you have to take cautious, but there's no way you cannot go help and get adults or provide the videos as proofs and stuff like that to help the victim. So you can also contact the administrators of platforms if you see stuff on the platforms. Bullying is occurring, so they can take appropriate action. In some cases, it may be necessary to involve this school and even the law enforcement. It's really important. But in there, I can't stress this enough. Parents, I know your child's, they are victim, and they are your greatest gift in this life. They are your babies, no matter what their age, and sometimes when you feel that nobody can help, and that only can take these matters in your own hands, don't do it. It's not gonna help. I know you feel like it's gonna, but no matter what's gonna happen is you can get problems. You can even go to prison because uh, you're gonna intervene with someone that is most likely a minor, and what's gonna do is, if you go to prison for a reckless act because you want to help your children, it's not gonna help your children. They need you to be there, not to be in an enclosed location. So there's a lot of organism that's gonna help you with these problems, and they exist. We just sometimes have to dig harder, but they do exist. And like I said, the schools, the law enforcement, the platforms, and I'm gonna talk about one right now. So these are the cyber guardians. It's a foundation that help people. And in one of the things they have is it's in French. I know. I tried to look if they had the English version of it, but they don't. So it's Gardien Virtuel, the virtual guardians. And it's the address is Gardien in French with an S, and it's plural. Virtuel with an S, it's plural too. Dash Quebec .Quebec. Okay, that's the one, and there's a lot of information. Even if you're not from the province of Quebec, you can find a lot of information. Maybe translate the pages in English. Like I know that browsers now have this feature to translate stuff. So let me try it right here. Translate in French. Translate in English. Let's try to see if well, it doesn't seem to really translate in English. I don't know why, but well, one thing for sure, stuff is there. You can there's stuff for emergencies, for psychological help, about LGBTQ plus, cyber dependence, physical health, cyber criminals and cyber security, cyber bullying, disinformations, sports also, bullying that can happen in sports and electronics and stuff like that. There's so many resources they're giving you, but they also have a lot of information on the websites, blogs, and all kind of stuff like that. But they also have what they call street workers, not in a bad way, but virtual ones. They go on Twitch. They appear on a lot of Twitchers, and a lot of these people here, these are the names of the people that can help. You can go talk to them while they stream. They go on these streamers like Popple Inc., Mathieu Turbo, Hal Frank. When these guys do a Twitch, these other guys that work for the Guardian Virtual, they will go in the channel. You will be alerted that they are there, and you can talk to them privately. Everything is going to stay private. Nobody's going to know what you are saying or stuff like that, and they can try to help you. And if they can't, they will direct you to the proper place. And sometimes you just need to talk. And that's what they're gonna be there for. So it's really great. So don't be afraid to use them. They also have a web page. See Guardians Virtuel. So Gardien Virtuel, Virtual Guardians. And both words are plural. .Quebec. I think we can see here the address gardienvirtuel.quebec. So don't be afraid to use them. And it's going to be better for everyone, and not only as a victim, but also as parents or educators. Strengthen the resilience is really important. Help your child develop strategies for dealing with bullying, such as ignoring messages, blocking the harassers, encourage participation in activities that boost their self-esteem and well-being, and present them with professional help like psychologists, to try to make sure that later in their life it's not gonna be a problem, and that's they're not gonna also bring that problems home or somewhere else, because it's been known for some victims that they became harassers later, or in other point in their life, even during the time it's happening. So it's really important to go in there. We don't want violence. We have to stop this. So protecting children from cyberbullying and cyberviolence is a critical issue in today's digital world. By staying vigilant and taking a proactive approach, you can help prevent these harmful behaviors and ensure a safer online environment for your children. So it's your turn. Follow us and become part of the Cybercare Nights. Come on our website. You have the address at the bottom here, at the bottom. That way. It's right there. cybercareacademy.com. We have a blog, newsletters, and all kind of social media. I'm not talking only about cyber violence and cyber bullying. I'm also talking about securing your network, securing your home, for navigating on the web, browsing on the web to make it secure, protect your personal informations, and become aware of what's going on. So that's what I'm offering for you guys, and I'm also gonna have some courses like to go much deeper into all that stuff. So stay tuned. So, okay, if you have any questions, just put them in the chat. I'm going to be glad to answer them. Also, if anything happens, you're listening to a replay of this podcast and you want to ask me questions, whatever, use any of my platforms, contact me. I'm going to try to do my best to answer you. So, my name is Michel T Dallaire. I'm from Cybercare Academy. I see there's no question, so I'm gonna end the podcast right now. Thank you very much for being here, and I hope to see you soon. Stay tuned. Connect with our website or social media to make sure that we can provide you with the best stuff. And if something new comes on, you will be alerted. Okay, so thank you very much and see you next week. Bye-bye.